Oh, you're funny, Jeffrey. I just seen your reply a few minutes ago. Anyway, hey, good evening, Cryptid fans, Bigfoot fans,
Hey.
Dog Man, all of the above, man. Great show tonight. We got some guy they call the Squatching Cowboy. I'm sure everybody knows him, but we're going to chat with him here very shortly. He's shown right there. I actually got it right that time. I got to remember it's backwards. But and we got Blackie. We're gonna start with him first here in a few minutes. We're gonna get a little update from the Tennessee Wildman convention you were at here this past weekend. And we got Jeffrey Milkman, Jimmy Crablegs, all of the above down below me here. Mr. Jeffrey, how's Jeffrey?
Oh, it's just a daily struggle.
I probably would have traded you places today. I would have traded you places today. But anyway.
Yeah, everybody needed something here too, it seemed like.
But anyway, we're happy to have Joe on tonight, and we're going to get him here in just a few minutes. But Chad, man, sound like it was a pretty successful convention there.
It was, I went last year, and this by far was bigger. A lot more vendors, and with the vendors, there were also some of the other podcasters and mixed in there as well. Got to meet obviously some of the ones we always talk to, Roger Williams.
Who is he?
What?
I'm not familiar with him.
You should probably watch his show. I think he's I don't know, he might be kind of big. I don't know.
Is that the holler and squatch or whatever they call it?
Yes. Hollers. Yeah, something like that. Daniel Hamilton of the Cryptid Podcast, real nice guy. He interviewed my wife and I. Let's see, the Night Owls, Misty and Woodwalkers. Night Owls because Spencer, that one guy, Spencer, can't show up for anything. So, but Daryl Denton was there. The Joe and Jesse Doyle, Hellbent Holler. It was good. I met a new guy this week, or this Matt Sieber of East Tennessee Bigfoot. Might try to give his info to Jeff and see if he can get him on there. He was a real good guy. Wanted to come on our podcast, which I'm like, I don't really do a lot of Bigfoot stuff. So
shame on you. You should.
We'll throw him. Well, someday we'll throw him, this way. But it was cool. Flat Rock, Wendell, Mark and Becca showed up. So it was really cool. And I told Jeff earlier yesterday, I think it was, Jerry, you need to take some time off. We'll get a booth down there and sell some goodies or something. And
sounds like a plan.
I think plan ahead next year. I could definitely go down to that.
We'll get Jeff up on stage and do some talking.
Oh God,
I ain't going. I ain't going. I'm sorry. Yeah, I would like to go. I'm not. I can't say I'm a fan or not a fan of those kind of get-togethers, but I would definitely go to one just to, check it out and people. The whole idea is to meet the people. I mean, that would be
cool,
Yeah,
and listen to festival. That shit's a little too crowded, but I think I could. That conference looks like something might be a little more up my alley.
I'm not sure who the guy was, but there was a linguist there that Kumbo did some. I didn't mention Kumbo. Kumbo was there, but there was a linguist there, and he was doing all the the sound stuff, and it was really informative. A lot of
his work on the Sierra Sounds is amazing.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely, and he absolutely is convinced that is an actual language, a real language. He is. I've watched a show with him, breaking all that stuff down. It's pretty amazing.
And my buddy Flat Rock was there, so it was a good time. I highly suggest people go if you're in the Tennessee area, or if you. I know Dan Hamilton. What's he live in? Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah, he flew in for it.
Oh yeah.
You had him on the show.
Yeah, a while back.
You had him on with David's first to last show, I think it was.
I think it was when David lost service and we couldn't.
No, that was with the lady.
Oh.
Anyway, it was a good time. I highly suggest people go next year. I think it was worth it.
Yeah, Daryl Denton, I believe, is there, and
Martin Grove couldn't make it. He's still in the hospital.
Harley
was there.
Yep. Harley was there. Yeah, can't forget Harley.
Very
So
good.
a lot of good people.
You have that next year's dates? Do they have it set yet? Or oh,
No, he's probably checking out coughing. But MK Davis was there. I didn't get to meet him until we went to dinner, and then he was
Yeah,
sitting across
MK,
from me. So
Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
hey, Barry's in chat. Look at that.
Oh, Barry Browning,
Yeah,
Leanne,
Barry and Leanne were there. Yeah, I saw
Barry.
that.
Yep.
Awesome deal. Yep. Well, maybe we'll have to make plans to go, Jeffrey.
Yep. I wanted to go there this year. That just wasn't in the cards.
Yeah, that's busy. It's a busy time of year for me, but maybe I can make it work next year. We'll see. But anyway, appreciate everybody in chat. Chat's rolling along pretty good. If you got questions for Joe later, please put them in caps, and I'll keep my eye out for them. And by all means, we're moving on now. We're moving on to the man of the hour here, Joe Pass. I've seen you on several shows, but you go ahead and give us give us a brief background, what you want people to know about you and how you got into this crazy subject. And then, man, by all means, if you've got stuff to talk about, do it. It's the floor is yours, and we appreciate everything you want to share with us.
Well, first off, I want to know who made that thumbnail for this, because, man, if I look like that guy on there, boy, I'll probably be in the movie.
I'm the guilty one. Yeah.
With a full beard, and no
You show
belly.
it to your wife.
Wow.
Are you afraid to show it to your wife?
No, she ain't seeing that. She's going to say, damn, man.
That's all right. He made a guy that was
Where did
my
I get
age look
myself
like he was 70.
Oh, Lord, Hillary's with us. Lord help us. Hi, Hillary. I'm glad to see you got hooked on watching us tonight. Anyway, Joe, it's all
I
about
know
you.
it ain't because I'm here.
She's
I
just
don't know.
hooked into
There
something.
ain't much to tell, man. I'm just an old country boy that's grew up around Dallas and riding horses and rodeoing and driving a truck all over the United States. And I'm sure everybody over there already knows half of what it, because I've said it the other day. I just started doing this Bigfoot thing. Well, I've always thought about Bigfoot, not always, but I think I didn't see the Bigfoot Patterson Gimlin film till like 1974, something like that, like 14. So I really didn't know nothing about Bigfoot before that, so I can't say I've been Bigfooting all my life. Like some people say, oh, I've loved Bigfoot all my life. Well, I done. It's like 14 something. And I said, oh, wow, there's, one Bigfoot in the whole United States and up in Northern California. And I thought, oh, that's just cool, man. But, I'll never go out there, so I don't care. And then a couple of years after that, Legend of Buggy Creek come on. And I'm like, hell, that's just Arkansas. It's just a few hours from me. It took me about 3 hours to get to Fout from here. And I said, that's pretty cool. But, I really never did get into it. Drove a truck for, I don't know, 27 years, I think. Some of it local, but most of it was over the road. And me and my friend Kenny, that you'll see in a lot of the videos, we was out bass fishing here on Cedar Creek Lake, and we pulled up in this creek that went back up in there, trying to find a bass or two. And we heard something out in the woods, and I said, oh, man, it sounds like a Bigfoot out there. And Kenny looked at me and said, you believe in Bigfoot? And I'm like, well, yeah, don't you? And he goes, I don't know. He said, I never really thought about it, It's never really crossed my mind. He was too busy singing, he was a singer back then. He's a deputy sheriff now. And I finally got arthritis, got my right knee replaced. I need my left knee replaced. I have arthritis real bad, so I kind of retired from truck driving and everything in 2019. Well, I believe 2018, but 2019 is. I told Kenny, I says, let's just go see if we could see him. I started watching Finding Bigfoot. That's what it was, and really loved the show until the very last part of it. It got kind of corny and stuff, and so I just kind of. But me and Kenny started going out. Well, the first time we went out to up there by Honubby, which is southeastern Oklahoma. And we stayed out there for 6 days. And we didn't know what we was doing. We didn't know what to look for, what to listen for. And we had a fun time camping, though. We found some bear tracks real close to our tent one night or one day. And so we really didn't know what was doing. And I put that video. Oh, a friend of mine told me there was a Bigfoot sighting north of Tallahena at the Tallahena State Park. About a Bigfoot, a guy walking down a trail and a Bigfoot walked across in front of him. And that's really the first video I did up in Tallahena, Oklahoma. And this guy from Tallahena named Keith Bethel seen the video and he says, "Hey man, I own 3,500 acres up here. And when I was 15, I seen a Bigfoot up here." He says, "Why don't y'all come up here and you have free roam of the whole 3,500 acres?" And I went, "Wow, private property, 3,500 acres in the Comanche Wilderness." I said, "Who wouldn't jump on that, you know?" So we went up there and there was no way that me and Kenny was going to go on foot all over that 3,500 acres. So he says, "Here, man, take my side-by-side and go wherever you want." I'm like, "What? You let me use your side-by-side? You don't even know me?" You know? He goes, "Yeah, man, I trust you. So you seem pretty cool," which I thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, we was looking for a place to camp, and we finally decided we're just going to throw this tent up right beside this they had logging roads back up in there. And we pitched this tent up there, and on this, what happened?
I don't know. Here we go again. Sorry.
Didn't
Is
it
it
do
just
that
Derek?
last week?
It's weird. There we go.
There we
Yeah,
go.
it did it last week a couple times. I don't know. Anyway, sorry.
Oh yeah.
And so we just threw this tent up beside. There's one way into his place and one way out of his place. And where we camped was maybe half a mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile from where we was camping at up in the woods. There's nobody around. It's just all ranches on the outside of his property just for miles up in the Comanche Wilderness. And we set up a tent and there wasn't nothing going on. We didn't know really what we was doing, you know. It was more or less camping, you know, looking for tracks and stuff, you know. And sure enough, about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, I said, told Ken, I said, "Well, there's nothing going on. I'm going to see if I can't get any coyotes going." So I made a howl, you know, and of course, the coyotes start going crazy. And then about 20, 30 minutes later, I hear this howl. Sounds something like what I did. The coyotes started going off. And then shortly after that, we heard what made Kenny a true to life Bigfoot believer after this. All of a sudden, these tree knocks, there's 4 tree knocks in a row, real slow. Boom. And you could tell it was about 75 yards. There's a hill across from us. It was about 75 yards up this hill. We heard the 4 tree knocks. It was real slow. Like somebody had a big log hitting a big tree. And you could tell the difference between an old broken limb hitting a tree and a dead tree. This was a live limb hitting a live tree. It did it 4 times, stopped for a few seconds, and then did 4 more times. And Kenny's got his recorder, but he don't know how to work the thing. He's hitting all the little buttons like this, trying to get it to record. And then it did 4 tree knocks, took a break, and we think that whatever it was, stopped, got a better grip on the tree limb, and then did 4 more tree knocks, and then stopped for a couple seconds, and then did 2 more tree knocks. And I'm sitting there with my jaws on the ground because I'm like, what the hell is going on, you know? And we never heard nothing the rest of the night, the whole time we was there. And we was there for about 4 days. We went up there and looked. There's no sign of any camping up there. We went the day after Christmas too. So the reason I go in the day after Christmas is because most people are home with their families opening up Christmas presents, and playing with the Christmas presents. Nobody's out in the woods. And Keith can't come up there because he's got a bad hip. He can't walk very good. I have his side by side, and his dad's like 80 years old, and he goes to bed when the chickens go to sleep. And it was just amazing that what we heard that night. And somebody told me, said, "Oh, well, somebody up there chopping wood." I said, "Somebody's up there in the pitch black night at 2:00 in the morning chopping wood." Like, come on, you idiot! What are you thinking?
That's when you hear those.
But that was
construction projects in the woods.
Oh yeah, construction is what it was. The loggers up there at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Anyway, we searched that whole area and we couldn't find. It's all rock up there, so you can't find any tracks up there. It's all rock and pine needles. And I don't know if you know, but it's hard to find tracks in pine needles.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to track pine needles. And we've been back up there about 4 times, and every time we've been up there, we've heard something that we couldn't identify. And I'll tell y'all, I run a no BS search video. If I can rationally think of what it could be, I check off these little boxes. Because bobcats can make hell of a noise, mountain lions can make hell of a noise, foxes, he says he hasn't seen a bear up there, but there's a bear up in that area, but he's never seen a bear up in his part. But Oklahoma is my hot spot. I mean, I love Oklahoma. I just don't like the Sooners, but sorry, Gary Spikes.
There he is too.
He's Okie.
Yeah.
But
I'm glad I'm not into sports. I don't get offended by that stuff.
I'm a big football guy, so even though everybody's going to get,
obviously not a winning team.
everybody's going to hell about it.
Joe can't say enough about Texas, Gary says.
Joe's even got a vintage t-shirt.
Spencer sent me a video yesterday about the Minnesota Vikings cheerleading squad against the Cowboys. I'm going to get. That's all I'm going to say. But Spencer, I owe you one. I'm coming for you, Spencer, in the Washington Redskins.
I've seen that, brother. I've seen that.
He's a nut. I'm going to get him back for it somehow.
You got to watch out for
That's why I wore the cap today.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's a possum in the grass. I love Spencer. He's a good guy. One day they're gonna get up there to see him. Go egg his house or something.
Don't tell him that too much. That might swell up.
But we lately I try to go close to here so I can go. There's not very many places around where I live exactly, so I have to drive about an hour and a half from here. There's a place called Fairfield Lake, which it used to be a state park, and now some rich dudes have bought it and put up $1 million houses and golf courses around there now. Ruined it. But we were a friend of mine, he was bass fishing down there, and they came up into this cove, and he doesn't believe in Bigfoot whatsoever. He thinks me and Kenny are just freaking nuts. We should be in some kind of mental institution. But he said pull up in this cove and he's bass fishing, and there was a big old log up on the bank. And he said he's seen something like this, big and black, like it was looking over a log, looking at them, seeing what they were doing. And he said, I told my partner, oh, it's probably just a Bigfoot. Well, they went on down and went fishing, and they came back about an hour later, he said, and whatever it was looking over that log was gone. And So that got me hooked up going down to Fairfield Lake. And I don't let it go to the lake. Back behind the lake there's a place called Big Brown Mine. It's like thousands and thousands of acres of an old abandoned where they used to dig coal up, you know. They had the big old huge gigantic cranes about the size of a city that dig up coal. And it's all they closed it down, so it's all just wildlife out there now. So me and my wife go out there all the time, and we went back behind where the lake was on some old gravel roads, and we just drive alongside the road. We just kind of idle down this road, and she's looking down one side of the bank where it's muddy, and I'm looking down the other side of the road where it's muddy and see if we can't see any tracks. And we get way back up there in these old dirt road where there's nobody around. And she says, "Stop! Wait a minute! I think I see something." So I get out and look, and we found 5 prints, and they were 3 different sizes. Like there was a big one, a medium, and a little one. Little one the size of my hand.
Yeah.
And I got looking up, and it's not really a creek. It's just like where the water runs down the side of the road, you know. And that's the only place you're going to find because it's all gravel roads back in there. And I look up and down where the water's been running, and I can't find any more tracks. And then I look across from it, and there's a track, the hill, it's like a little burn that goes up and over, and there's a barbed wire fence up there. And I see a big track, and then I see the barbed wire was pushed down, and there was a tree right there, and it looked like he grabbed hold of a tree branch and broke the tree branch off as he was stepping across the barbed wire. That's just my opinion of what went on. That's what it looks like I picture in my mind. And I'm not the kind of person that thinks everything was done by a Bigfoot. And people need to stop thinking that everything, every branch in the woods, every sound they hear is a Bigfoot. If you go into the woods with Bigfoot on your brain, a mouse farting over there could be a Bigfoot. You know? Oh, who's pointing the finger? Oh, they're pointing fingers over there. Oh, no. Because there's just so much other stuff it can be. You know? It's just,
yeah. Every time I see damaged trees, I'm like,
I go through a list in my mind. I go through a list in my mind of what else it could be. And if I mark each one of those off, I was like, well, man, you know, that's a possibility. That could be a Bigfoot, you know, a Bigfoot did that because this couldn't do it or that couldn't do it. That don't sound like that. Look, I'll give you an example. Perfect example right here. We was up in Hugo, Oklahoma. And it was about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and we hear this. I mean, it sounds, the way that my wife puts it, it sounds like a baby seal that had lost its mom out of these woods.
Oh, wow.
And it sounds just like a baby. You look up on YouTube, a baby seal. And then when we got back home, she got back on, started looking on YouTube on all the animal sounds in that area. Turned out to be a bobcat mating call.
Mm-hmm.
Sounded just like it.
How we doing?
But when we was there, it was like there's nothing out there that could sound like that because it was so weird. It was awesome. But I thought, man, I thought for myself, man, that's a Bigfoot. That's a Bigfoot, man. That's nothing could sound like that. She found out there was a mating call of a bobcat.
well, you got to watch owls too because they'll sound like monkeys sometimes.
So,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, oh yes. I've been fooled by owls before too. I hear an owl, I'm like, man, that don't sound like a barred owl. Really, you know. And I've always heard that Bigfoot mimic other animals and stuff like that, and I believe that. So you got to really listen to a bark because they can do some. If they like get mad and they do this little bark kind of thing. I'm sure you heard it. They kind of bark, and that's strange too. And it's pretty weird. That's some of the stuff that you can hear out there in the woods.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
If the owls are popping up on all angles, you're starting to have problems.
Oh, we was out in Oklahoma. Me and Kenny was out in Oklahoma. I gotta say, Kenny and I. My wife's a school teacher. She's in the next room, so I have to be.
Yeah, there you go.
Kenny and I were in Oklahoma at the I can't remember the name of the place. It's up by Three Sticks Monument. I don't know if you know about that. And
I don't think
we
so.
found this place up on the side of a mountain, and we pull up there in the dark. We just pull up there and we stop, set our chairs out. I have to tell people in the video that we're still videoing, but it's just pitch black out there because I don't want to put no lights on. And I hear the owl, so I do a pretty good owl call. And all of a sudden, these owls from all over start coming to where we were. And then we're sitting in this chair overlooking this valley, and we could hear coyotes down in the bottom of the valley. And you could hear one that sounded just a little bit different, you know, just a little bit deeper. And then next thing you know, we hear this, something's walking up the side of the mountain. And like I said, we're pitch black up there. We have no lights. And it's whatever's walking is walking back and forth, coming up that mountain. And then all of a sudden, Kenny grabs his gun and racks the slide on that thing like this and starts aiming. I'm like, oh shit, if Kenny's doing that, get mine out. And then we put a light on, and we never could see nothing, but whatever it was, you could tell it's walking back and forth. Oh, probably 20 yards down below from where we was. That was pretty scary because as you could see it, but you could hear it. And all these owls are going off behind us, and coyotes are going off, and all of a sudden we hear this thing come walking up the hill. It was, I think, matter of fact, I think it was Gary Spikes Jr. that told me about this place, that he had an encounter up there, and that's why we went up there. So Gary Spikes Sr. might be over. He might know where it. I can't remember the name of the place. It's some kind of botanical. Oh well, but it was an awesome place. There's a place up there called Three Sticks Monument, and it's got 3 big old towers up there that they built. But it's not too far from Onubi, but it's pretty cool. But yeah, I haven't seen one yet, but I think I've been really close.
Sounds like it.
And hopefully this one, we're working on a video now that it's just too hot to get out there and do anything. And 10 years ago, I would have been out there, but I'm 65 right now, and the heat just affects me a little bit more than it did last year and the year before that.
Oh,
Hey,
absolutely.
I'm 36 and I
100%.
still don't like working in the heat.
It's been hovering around 100 degrees down here for the past 2-3 weeks.
This last weekend,
And we've tried.
pretty rough.
Go ahead.
It was pretty rough here last week.
We tried to go out Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they say it's supposed to cool off out here pretty soon, so maybe we
It's
can get back
beautiful
out there.
here right now. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's nice right now. This is the nicest it's been the whole month.
The place we're going is we're gonna put the boat in the water in this creek and go up about a mile. It's even deeper into these woods that nobody's been there for a while because it belongs to Tarrant County Water Commission or something like that. And it's a floodplain down there, so there's no houses around there, and there's like, I don't know, thousands of acres down there, and nobody goes to it because it's so dense and thick. But we got a report of something happened down there. I'm not going to tell you all about it. You just have to watch the video. But we're going to put the boat in the water and the John boat in the water, and ease up the creek. But the thing about it is the creek is so low now that from where the bank is to the water, it's like an 8-foot drop. So it's hard. It's hard to go load our equipment up in the boat and get down that cliff and get back up. And so we just devised ourselves a plan that we're going to do something else. We put a ladder down through there and lower the boat down by hand by some ropes. But it's going to take a lot to get down there. But I think it's going to be worth it from what I've heard from the store that we're going to go check out. It's really amazing. The person that told me the story. Doesn't want to be on camera, but she agreed to do a video. I mean, audio recording of it. So I got her on audio, and they've been down here. They've been down at this place for 40 something years, and they've never heard nothing like this. They were down there fishing, and whatever it was came up from across the creek. They heard it once. Then a little while later, they heard it again, and it scared them so much they packed up all their fishing gear and left because they have never heard nothing like that before. That's all I'm going to tell you. But me and Kenny are going to go over and check it out. Might be still up if the weather cools off a little bit.
Sounds
Oh,
pretty
Sandra Piper. I see Sandra Piper over there, my good friend Piper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Sanders
Woodrow
is-
Haywood.
Well, you gotta watch out for that Haywood. He can be a rascal sometimes.
I won't tell you. He's the carp catching champion of the world.
He's
Gets
always
more
sending
carp
me
than
pictures
a whole bunch of
fish.
people.
He's always sending me fish pictures.
Yeah. Me too. He sends me pictures of it too. Oh, Greg House. Hi, Greg.
Yeah, House is here. Roger Holler.
I'm convinced that Haywood lives on the river because you never see him anywhere else.
Every chance I get, he says.
Every chance I get.
He probably lives in a houseboat down there.
Yeah. You know, you see like on Legend of Boggy Creek, that old man
Yeah.
that the Crabtree went down to, and he lived in that little shack on the swamp.
Yeah.
So that's probably how he lives, right there on the edge of the bank. Gave him a little shack out
Either
there.
that or he's living in a
Somebody
van
brings
down
him tobacco. Somebody brings him tobacco and a bottle of wine every now and then or something. Oh, you ain't answering. I thought you'd say something, but a bottle of wine and a poke of tobacco and some rolling papers.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
I don't know how anybody ever rolled their own tobacco without making a mess.
Oh man, I thought when I was young, I not the devil's lettuce, the other kind of real tobacco.
My grandfather told me
He
that
lives in a van.
his dad could roll himself a cigarette all with one hand. He'd get the tobacco out. He didn't even use the other hand. He'd just get the paper out, set it on the counter, get the tobacco out, put it in there, and roll it up.
Yep. I
live under a double wide jump. Haywood says he lives in a double wide jump.
right-handed tobacco. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Do you go to Oklahoma a lot? Do you primarily just stay in Texas, or kind of split it up? Or
I like to go all over. I've been all the way up into Wyoming and South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas. Arkansas is beautiful too. Louisiana. I've been down to Louisiana with them weird old people, Joe Parker and Pat Harrison. Boy.
Yeah, I got to camp with Bud and Angie this year up in Gettysburg.
Oh yeah, Bud and Angie. I need to get up there and meet them again too. I met them in Tennessee Squatch Out. Great people.
Yep.
I wish they could come down here. So I wouldn't have to drive so far. And bring that little hot rod trailer they got. Neat little trailer they got.
They were still camping in the pickup in the spring when they came up here.
Did you see the little trailer they got?
Oh yeah, they
got a little camper trailer, man.
Right before they bought it, they hadn't got it yet, but they were getting ready to pick it up.
Yeah,
that's a cool little old trailer, but it'd be hard to take a shower in it.
You think?
I think it's just meant for sleeping. I don't think there's a whole
Pretty
lot
much.
of anything else going on. That's a small trailer.
Yeah, Sasquatch pick that thing right up and carry it off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'll tell you what, though.
I
it's
like
better
that.
than
It,
climbing in the
it
back
beats a
of the truck.
tent.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I did that too. I used to do that too. I had a little topper on the back of my truck, and the
Uh-oh.
other thing about on my truck, the what does he say?
So you go to Hollins or LBL, you'd see everyone.
Well,
I think you better
I
start
wouldn't mind
talking.
seeing
There's going to be
her.
a lot of shots fired here.
I don't think that everybody wants to see me. Some people don't like because I'm no BS about Bigfoot. You know, some people even call me a skeptic, and I'm not a skeptic. But I just
Oh, there's Bud. Hey, Bud.
Yeah.
what got me started into it. What got me started to it? I started watching YouTube videos, and I'm like, man, that's bullshit. That ain't real. That right there is not real. This ain't real. There's no way. You know, there's a bunch of BS. Now, so I'm
Well,
gonna
look
start
at
channel
this.
that says no BS.
There's Flat
You
Rock.
know,
Yep.
Flat Rock has entered the chat.
I went to Flat Rock's place too with Joe Parker. I was out there at Flat Rock's place with Joe Parker and Pat and my wife. I'm telling you what, Flat Rock has more evidence of Bigfoot than anybody I
Oh,
know
yeah.
of.
Absolutely.
Man,
You know, I probably talk to
and
him in the middle of the
when
night
we
at
was
least
down
5
there,
times a week. He's got all sorts of stuff.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
we went down there. I think we stayed 3 days. I think it was. I can't remember, but it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I guess it was. I went to sleep in the tent, and Joe Parker and Pat Harrison had their tent over next to us. And about 2 o'clock in the morning, I guess it was, my wife wakes me up and says, Joe, listen. And we hear this howl. I mean, just it was gutturally, but it was loud, and it sounded like it was coming from down by the creek, down by Flat Rock's place. And I hollered at Pat, and Pat says, I'm awake. I hear it. And she wakes Joe Parker up. By the time Joe Parker wakes up, I think he might have got into it. But this thing howled for so long. My wife heard it. She woke me up. I heard it. Pat heard it. Joe Parker heard it. I don't think Flat Rock heard it, but it lasted so long and so loud for it to be so far away. And my wife that night became a true believer of Bigfoot too, because there's no way any opera singer could have done that. That loud, that guttural sound that you get, you know, that you can feel rattling your chest. It was just amazing. And then, like I say, my wife's a full believer in Bigfoot today because of Flat Rock's place.
Well, I know that Flat Rock's, he shared some of his sounds with me. I got to hear one this weekend. I think it was a newer one, but I've heard some of the one that baffles me. That's crazy stuff.
It is. Like I said, he's got some crazy stuff going on down there.
Yeah. Flat Rock wanted you to talk a little about the Phoenix Lights, Joe. Did you hear me?
Oh yeah, I was up. I can hear. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. We got you.
I was driving a big truck and I was coming out of California, coming back to Arizona on I-10, and it was getting late, so I stopped right before I got into Phoenix. It seemed like this little town's called Rabbit Hole or Cotton. I don't know. A little bitty town, but on the side of the road, they had a place like for campers. They're traveling to pull up in the desert and park, you know, stay the night. So I just pulled my big truck up in there and faced the mountains, which was the mountains, and then Phoenix. And I was sitting there on the phone with my wife, you know, because I called her every night and told her good night and everything. So we're sitting there talking. And then all of a sudden these, I guess there's like 12 lights in a triangle fly right over the mountain. And then I'm sitting on the phone with her going, oh my God, I don't believe what I'm just seeing here. I don't know what the hell this is. And then these damn lights, they split up and they start going in different directions and making different motions. And they come back and they'd form like a triangle like this. And I never heard a thing. You couldn't hear nothing. I thought it might have been helicopters doing some kind of tactical something. You couldn't hear no helicopters. And all the lights they would change colors. I'm like, and then they just flew off and they just disappeared.
Wow.
But I'm like, and then I didn't think nothing of it. And then years later, I see this movie about the Phoenix Lights, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm going to see what this is. And sure enough, I was there when they were filming the same thing I saw that night out in Phoenix. And then Connor Flynn, good friend of mine, Connor Flynn, sent me a video about the Phoenix Lights. So it was something else. It was really neat.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but there were
that's my
multiple. There were multiple witnesses on that too. Even elected officials who went on to lie about it. But
yeah.
It is what it is.
Of course.
And people ask me if I believe in UFOs. I said yes, because I've seen them. And then people forget that UFO stands for unidentified flying object. That doesn't mean that there's space aliens in them objects,
Right.
but
Right.
Something's got to be flying them. I've never seen a little green man walking out of one, but as far as unidentified flying object, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I seen one when I was a kid out in this field, out in these woods, but later on I figured out that it was a weather balloon, a downed weather balloon, kind of like they say the Roswell stuff was.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
You think the two subjects are
see where
connected? What's your opinion of that? A lot of people seem to think that you.
Bigfoot and
Yeah.
Bigfoot flying saucers, or no, I don't think it's. I don't think so. And that's just my opinion. I know there's thousands and thousands of people out there that believe that they come through portals. And I mean, that's fine and dandy. You believe what you want to. I believe a Bigfoot is flesh and blood, lives here on this planet, and doesn't go through portals or aliens drop them off down here to spy on us. Or, I mean, if that's what you want to believe, that's, more
Right.
power to you. But that's just what I believe. I believe it's just flesh and blood.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
In my opinion, that's
Sure. Well, you're
I think I was the same way from the beginning. I was thinking, trying to put the two together, the UFOs with Bigfoot and portals and everything. But, it just seems to be a difference of opinion with a lot of people. They swear that they'll see one walk behind a tree and just disappear. I heard some of that this weekend at the conference. I guess hope maybe someday I'll find out for myself, but it's really interesting all the different examples of experiences people have had. So,
there's times I have found tracks. I've done in Angelina National Forest down there, southeast Texas, and I found a trackway. I think I had like 15 or 17 what I think were a Bigfoot tracks, and all of a sudden they just stopped. And I can't explain that. I don't know what the heck happened. There's no way I can explain that. And then people say, well, it's that portal thing. Walk through that portal. And I'm like, no, I just don't know. I mean, it was a really wooded area. It could have just, jumped from tree to tree or whatever. I don't know. I can't explain it, but it's nobody's ever going to know for sure.
I'm with you on that, Joe. I think a lot of people just speculate, portals and stuff like that, and that's why they disappear. But I'm with you, as it could be jumping into the trees, and that video came out earlier this year of that guy shining those lights up in the trees, and something big was up in the trees, moving around up in the tree. behind like an apartment building or something.
Yeah, tearing those branches down.
Tearing them big branches down and everything. So, all we can do is speculate. We can't really, unless you've seen it do things. Right now, most of us know that it walks, makes noises, throws things, and beats on stuff, and eats animals. So,
I have found tracks. A lot of people say that somebody's out there hoaxing tracks. The first main track I found was down Sabine River bottoms down by Panola County. If you want to look it up, or if you want to go look at my videos, you can see the track. I didn't get to cast it, but I did get it on video. The river had overflowed the bank, so it was all, and it came back down. It was all gone by the time I got down there, but it's still muddy as hell out there. And I walked out there with copperheads, timber rattlers, cottonmouths, poison ivy, poison oak, briars, thorn trees, anything that could bite you or stick you or hurt you. I went out there in these woods, and I found this footprint. Well, actually, there's like 3 footprints there, but I came up on this little hill, and I was hot, and I was tired. And I'm like, I'm not climbing up that hill, and I seen something look like a little slide on the side of the hill. So I walked up there, and there was a little slide on the side of the hill, and then there was a little flat space there, and then there's a track, and there was another track up on the side of the hill where it looked like it slid, because it was all muddy down there. But there's only one print that you could tell, and it was probably 15, 16 inches long. There's no way nobody's going to hoax that. Nobody's going to go back there and hoax. If somebody's going to hoax something, they're going to put it where it's easy to find.
Well, of course.
In my opinion. Because what's the point of hoaxing something if nobody's going to find it?
Right.
So they're going to put it on a trail somewhere, by a riverbed, or a lake that's gone down. They're going to put tracks around there, which I'm sure there's a lot of people that have tracks that where the lake's gone down, which I believe that, but that's just an easy place for people to hoax stuff. And I'm very paranoid about that. But this track I found, and it was so fresh that when it stepped there, you could see in the video where I videoed it that the sides of the mud where it stepped down like this and pushed the mud up, the mud was caving back down into the track, but you can clearly see all 5 toes on it. And I made the cardinal mistake, which I always preach about. I always go prepared. I didn't go prepared. I didn't take my casting material. I had to go all the way back home, came back the next day to cast it. I got out there. I looked around for a long time for it, because I marked it with one little piece of flagging tape so it wouldn't draw too much attention. And I finally found the track, but the hogs had walked through it. Tore it up. I was almost in tears. I mean, I cut the video off right there. I ended the video right there. I said, no, I'm not. I was almost in tears. I'm like, the perfect track, and I blew it.
David Blaylock with a herd of elk walking through one.
Yeah. He had a nice track, I believe. Yeah.
He went home to get his gas material, came out the next day, and the elk had walked through the damn thing.
Yeah, ruined it. Yeah.
The only track I've ever found, Joe, was in a dry-ass spot, too. And it was just soft enough that I could see the front half and the toes.
Yeah. The first track I found was that one about hand size up in Oklahoma at my friend's acreage up there. We've been walking. I go out by myself a lot. People tell me I shouldn't go out by myself, but I just like being out in the woods by myself, man. It's just like I said the other day, when I go out there, I forget about my bills, my problems, I can't forget about my arthritis because my knees start hurting. Just about time I forget about me, start hurting. I forget about all that stuff. I'm just more in tune to what's going on around me. Not thinking about anything else. And I've been up on top of this hill, and I see a creek down at the bottom of it. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to find nothing up here. Like I say, it's all rock. So I said, and I remember what they said about Legend of Boggy Creek. He always follows the creeks. So I walked down to the creek, and I step over this little creek. You know, it wasn't wide enough. It's just wide enough for me to step over. And I look down and I see this footprint. Like I said, it's about the size of my hand. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. Keith don't have no kids. This is private property. I'm up on the side of a mountain here. Why would a kid be up here walking barefoot in this creek? It doesn't make any sense. So I said, I marked all that off. And I just got this new camera. It was a Canon T3i. And I thought I knew everything about it. I thought I was sitting there taking pictures of it, but I wasn't. It was just video. I thought I was taking pictures. I was clicking it. You can hear it go click, click, click. Wasn't no pictures on it, but the video's still there. I walk on down the creek a little bit, and I find 3 more prints about the same size, going back up the other side, up the other way from where the creek was. Like you walked one way and turned around, came back the other side. And that was the first prints I found. There were little bitty ones, but I found lots of prints. And I don't know if you ever heard the story about Flat Rock's place, the kill zone that we found. This was the creepiest thing that we ever. The creepiest thing we ever found was them deer that were wrapped around a tree, and there was probably, I don't know, I think there was like 20 of them, and there was like 3 or 4 of them that were wrapped around a tree. But we found like 20 dead bodies of deer, but they were all scattered out, and I never seen anything like that. The deer's backbone was wrapped around a tree, and the whole skeleton was there. I'm like, what would do that? A deer hunter, in my opinion, in my way of thinking out here in the country, when deer hunters clean their deer, they just come out and throw what's left of it out on the side of the road. They don't go place it anywhere. But this place, it was maybe 20 yards off. There's a creek right there. They throw them in the creek. It's about 20 yards off the road, and here's all these dead deer scattered out. Probably about 100 by 100 square yard area of all these deer spread out. Like I say, not all of them were, but we just found the skeletal remains of a bunch of them. There was like 3 or 4 of them that were wrapped around trees. And man, that was just freaked me out. I'm like, what the hell would do that? What would pick up a deer? It looked like what we thought. So something picked up a deer and tried to kill it by hitting its back against the tree and just leaving it there. But I don't know why they would do that. But if and you can ask Flat Rock. Flat Rock was there, and Joe Parker was there. The Flat Rock, Joe Parker, and me, we found them things. And that was just. And Joe Parker and Flat Rock found a big track out there. They were off. We kind of spread out looking at everything, and I can't remember if it was Joe Parker or Flat Rock that found it first, but they called us over there, and sure enough, there's a track out there that's probably 14, 15 inches long. There's only one. But I mean, it was a lot. Grass was pretty deep out there, some places, so you could tell that it stepped in this mud and then stepped in the grass, but you couldn't tell tracks in the grass. But that was pretty weird.
Yeah,
that's the weirdest experience I've had. There's Pyro. Hi, Pyro. So I got to put my glasses on to see everybody, but when I put my glasses on, I got the reflection of everything,
Reflection, yeah. That's interesting.
Well, anybody got any questions? I'll answer. Yeah. If I don't know the answer to them, I'll make something up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you got questions, go ahead and put them in all caps for me.
What you were saying about the trees, finding the carcasses, I've actually had them hanging from deer stands.
I've seen videos of that. And that's pretty strange too, man.
Yeah.
Because deer hunter's not going to do that.
Jerry found one hanging from a tree.
Well, it was up a tree. It was like pulled up so far. I mean, ate clean, nothing but a rib, skeleton.
Yeah.
With both front legs.
I have seen videos of like a mountain lion, or maybe like over in Africa where they have leopards and stuff like that. The lions take a deer and climb up a tree where nobody can get it. So I don't know if it's. I'm trying to read what Bud was saying over there. He's got a real cowboy hat for me. He's got a hat for me.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, Bud.
This is the real hat. This is the real hat, bud. I
He
can't say
might be
nothing about
bringing you a
Pittsburgh
black and
Steelers.
gold one. Steelers.
I can't say nothing about the Pittsburgh Steelers, though. That's his favorite team, so I can't say nothing about them. But
You know,
everybody else, I
the Steelers. Anyway, can Squatch have anger issues like humans? I say yes.
I
But
think
leave
so.
that answer up to you, Joe.
can Squatch. Oh, yes, I do believe so. Yes. And I hope I never meet one that has anger issues.
Yeah.
I personally think
I tell people this all the time. Go ahead.
I personally think they're just like humans. I think,
Oh, yeah,
there's so many different looking ones, so many different colors, colors. We've heard of different eyes, different eye shine. I think temperament, obviously, just the same as humans.
I agree.
I agree. And I also think that the ones down here in the South and in Texas, notice Texas is Texas. Texas is not South. They're not. I don't think they're as big as they are up north, because I think they ain't much bigger than me. I'm 6'3", between 6 and 8 foot tall, maybe, because it's hot down here, and they don't have mountains to climb like they do up there in the north, and it doesn't snow down here like it does up there. So they need more hair, they need more muscle to climb up mountains, stuff like this. I can't see nothing covered with hair real thick that living down here in the swamps of Texas.
Right. I could agree with that.
Yes,
Sure.
Johnson, I've been to Paris, Texas looking for Bigfoot. Matter of fact, I made a video called Bigfoot in Between. And the video is about in McClure County, Oklahoma, where the Comishi Mountains are, all the way down to Paris, Texas. Well, there's hundreds and hundreds of Bigfoot sites up in Leflore County, and there's a bunch of Bigfoot sites in Paris, Texas. And I made a video at what happens in between Leflore County and Paris, Texas, because the Comishi River runs from Leflore County all the way down into Paris, Texas. It runs down to the Red River. So I made a video it's called Bigfoot in Between, and that's where I heard the what we thought was a baby seal, but it was a bobcat.
Yeah.
And I tried to get down when I was there at Hugo Lake. I tried to get down to Comishi Wilderness down there, and I'm out by myself, and I'm going through these woods, and I come up to this clearing out in the woods. Sorry. And the grass is, maybe between waist deep and chest deep. And this feeling came over me that, man, I really should not go to the other side of this into the woods.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, it really bugged me. I mean, I was really freaked out about going in these weeds. All right. So I said, man, I'm going across this pasture right here into them other woods. So I walk out through the pasture. I get to the other side, which almost was. I step across this big old tree. I look to the side of me, and I see something big and black there. Scares the crap out of me. I almost fall off the tree. And when I got back up to take a look at it, it was the root ball of the tree that had fallen. But it scared the crap out because I just kind of caught it out of the corner of my eye, and there's something big there, big and black. And I was like, oh, damn. But I had this feeling that I should not go there. And I got to the side, and the feeling went away. I went out in the woods. And when I came back across that place again, I got that feeling again. I shouldn't go through there. Something was telling me not to go through there. But I did it anyway. But I did it a lot faster than I did coming in. Oh, yeah.
Cooper, Texas.
I haven't checked that out. Awesome. I'll check that out.
Yeah, Cooper Lake.
The next big place we're going to go is up in Oklahoma. we're going to a new place that
Yes.
somebody wrote me and I got a report on. I like to go to
Answer
places where no, I can't really say that I've seen any UFOs. No, but I've seen those Phoenix Lights. I wasn't out watching them, but the Phoenix Lights is about all I can ever say. So no, I do have a picture of something that I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is, and nobody can explain what it is. I set up a trail camera when we was up in Oklahoma, and if you want me to, I'll send you a picture of it. And it stayed up there about a month, and when I got the cameras back, I went to checking it, and there was just a black screen there, a black picture. And I'm like, why did the camera go off just a black picture, you know? And I got to looking at it and looking at it and looking at it, and there's a little brown speck, like say here's the picture. There's a little brown speck about this big up in the corner. It looked like something was coming at the camera, like something threw something at the camera. And I've got this picture, and it's brown, whatever it is brown. And I zoomed it in the best I can, man. I don't know what the heck it is. I've sent it to a whole bunch of other people. People don't know what it is, but you zoom in on it, it looks like half a face of a Bigfoot, like this part of the face of a Bigfoot in that picture. And like I say, but the other part is just kind of pixelated, you know, just can't really tell what it is.
That's interesting.
Yes, BF Bud, I plan on going to Honubi. And the people of Honubi told me not to tell anybody the correct pronunciation. So when people come in there to the Bigfoot store down there and say Honobia, they'll know who the tourist is and who the real people are.
Yeah. This is a question I was going to hit you with. Was your opinion on Dogman? But Brian McManus, have you had any Dogman activity in the Oklahoma area you're in? You go to?
No comment on the Dogman. No comment on Dogman. But no, I haven't, and no, that's all I'm going to say. Because I don't want to cause any trouble. I don't want to start fighting amongst us.
Let's see.
All right, bud, you want to go to Oklahoma?
Disagree if you don't agree.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
see this shirt here? The Beast of Trinity, Texas. That's a Bigfoot movie I'm in.
Mhm.
It ain't out theaters yet, but it's going to be a good one. You can actually go on YouTube here and go to the Beast of Trinity, Texas trailer, and you can see the trailer. And I'm in it. I should get an award for the best supporting actor because yeah, I'm not kidding. I was only in it for about 4 or 5 seconds, but and you should. I'll give you my autograph now before I win, before I become a big star. I was in it for about 4 or 5 seconds. I'm at this taxidermy shop, the American Sportsman's Taxidermy Shop in Grapeland, Texas, and I'm acting like I'm just a customer. And one of the guys, the employees there, showed me this wolf head that's up on the wall, and we're sitting there talking about this wolf head, and the camera's like right here, it's right here, pointing out that way at the front door. We got our back to the front door, and all of a sudden the sheriff and the deputy sheriff come busting through the door, and they say, "Freeze! Put your hands up!" And they point their guns, and he's pointing a gun at me, telling me to put my hands up. And before that, they gave me a little fake gun to put on, and I've got my hands up. I'm going like this, and the deputy sheriff, reaches over and grabs my gun and pulls it out, and that's my movie debut of the movie. Best supporting actor. I went like
Right in
this.
the taxidermy studio.
I should. A matter of fact, I've cleaned my shelf off over here for my Academy Award to go on.
Everybody say Academy Awards coming. Yep.
That's it. I'm telling you, man, Marlon Brando couldn't put his hands up like I did. But then the cameraman said, I want to get another shot, like they were the cops coming to the front door. You know, like they run to the front door. So the camera comes to the front door, and I'm right there. So the camera's right on me, and Daryl Jones is the guy that plays the deputy sheriff. His hand reaches out there and grabs the gun off my hip, and then they go on. So I am actually on camera. Patrick Noble, do you think I can outdraw the Duke? Man, Duke ain't got nothing on me, especially nowadays.
Yeah, especially nowadays.
So, are you in the credits at all, Joe?
I don't know. Like I said, they had the premiere this past Saturday down in Crockett, Texas, and it was just for, the high dollar people. It wasn't for me. But, they had the red carpet out there and all that good stuff, and tuxedos and black ties and all that stuff.
That's big time. Holy moly.
So I didn't go through that. But I think it comes out into the movies September 6th into movie theaters, I think. I'm not real sure about that, but I think it's September 6th that the movie hits theaters. And it's a Bigfoot movie, but it's got a twist in it, and I don't know what the twist is because they wouldn't tell me. But I've seen a lot more you see in the trailer, and it's pretty interesting. And who the people that filmed it are really. I think one of the guys that filmed it was, oh man, I can't remember the name of the movie now. He was a cameraman in some big movie that came out recently. The Star Squatching Cowboy. Hi, Jen. How are you? That's right. It's Mr. Not anymore. It's not the Squatching Cowboy. It's Mr. Star Squatching Cowboy from now on, and that's how I'll be addressed.
Now Jameson's going to get a hold of this whole movie thing, and he's going to tear you up about it. So,
good God! Hopefully Spencer never ends up having to be in a movie. His head's going to explode.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
I think
bring it on, Spencer.
Barry Fabian ended up in a film similar to that too. I don't know what it was. Do you remember, Jerry?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Mary was in a Bigfoot.
Yeah,
film.
yeah, she was in a film.
I've watched it.
Background.
I think I saw her. Like it's just a split second, probably like Joe's going to be in, but she's sitting at a table in a bar, and the camera pans. Yeah, and the camera pans past the table. Hey, that's more than we can say.
What, I don't know if this is a coincidence or not, but you know that the show they got on Paramount now called Landman with Billy Bob Thornton?
Yeah, one of my favorites.
I don't know if anybody's seen Landman.
Yep, I have.
I love it too. But soon after that, I started getting these emails about they need extras for the Landman, and I'm just about an hour from where they're filming at. So, but I tell you, I can't afford to go over there.
You have to build an extra shelf.
I'm broke off. They said that they pay for if you're an extra in more than one scene, they'll pay for your hotel and your food and drinks and all that good stuff if you're there.
Wow.
But just for extras too. That was just extra. Taylor Sheridan must be a rich dude.
Hey, he bought the 4-6's ranch. I'm sure he's got money to throw at people.
Well, they said now that he's building a movie studio out there in Fort Worth that's like $350 million for this movie studio.
He's probably got boogers living on his ranch.
Yeah,
Joe,
no
whatever-
shit. I mean,
Whenever you go on somebody's show now, you realize you're going to have to put the Squatching Cowboy, star of the Beast of Trinity, Texas. You're going to have to put that.
For 5 seconds.
Yeah.
the
You
best
don't put
support,
that part.
best supporting actor.
Yeah.
Hell, he's even got the shirt. Absolutely.
It's good. It's I was there. I was there on the set. I think it was like 4 or 5 hours, because when they did the shot, they're in this taxidermy shop, right? There's like 5 different rooms. So they did the shot. They want to do one continuous scene all the way through. So something kept happening. So they had to do it. I think they did it like 12 times. They had to do it again. But I was having fun watching them run through. Every time they come through there, I did a little bit something different, went this way or that way, or every time they shot. So I don't know what shot they got in there with me holding my hands up, but we'll find out when the movie comes out. And in the trailer, it pisses me off. I'm better watching my language. It makes me mad because in the trailer, they show the part where I'm in, where the cops come through the front door of the taxidermy shop, and it cuts off right there before it gets to me, and it like, oh man. But Terry Weaver, the guy, the star of the show, he's the guy that wrote it. He's producing it, stars in it. He told me I went to the unveiling of the poster and to meet kind of a meet and greet type thing with the stars and everything. Hang on just a second.
Uh-oh. Oh, nice.
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I'll give you a big screen here. Hold on.
Is that your autograph on there?
That's no,
That's
not
not.
mine. But that's Terry Weaver, head star. That's the sheriff. That's the deputy sheriff, and I don't know what these girls play, but that's all their autographs. That's the movie trailer. I mean, a poster right there.
That's cool.
Very
Red
cool.
Eye. Look at that, red eyes.
Another Bigfoot film for me to watch.
Absolutely. I'll check that out. When did you say it's coming out?
Terry Weaver told me. I talked to Terry Weaver. He's the big guy, and he told me, he says, "Don't worry about it, Joe." He says, "You got a good part in it." So he said, "You got a good clip in it." So I was like, "I ain't worried about it." I was like, "I had fun. I thought it was interesting." When's it coming out?
Yes.
Don't quote me on this, but I think it's September 6th. I think they said September 6th.
Okay.
I think it'll be in movies, but I don't know if it's going to be all over the United States September 6th. It might be just local. But if you get on YouTube and look up the Beast of Trinity, Texas, they got all the makings of the movie trailer, which the movie trailer is really cool.
Okay.
I mean, if the rest of the movie is anything like the trailer, it's going to be cool.
Check it out. Check it out, folks.
If you can look it up, you can put it on here. It's only a couple of minutes long, unless you're ready to get off.
I can see if I can do that real quick. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'll check it out. See if I can do that.
Yeah, it just says on this one part, release date just says by the end of 2025 on this one. I'm sure there's somewhere else.
Yeah. I think he told me that it was. I think they told me that it was September 6th. But the trailer, like I say, if the trailer is anything like the movie, it's going to be pretty good. They say it's going to be the next Texas cult movie, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And they said they spent a heck of a lot of money, not all of it, but a heck of a lot of money on the Bigfoot costume they used in the
It's
movie.
even got it.
Of course, they
Well,
couldn't
you
find
can't
the
see
real
it.
thing for.
It's even got an Instagram page. The movie does.
Yeah.
I can't get it
Yeah.
to.
I hope their costumes were better than Bob Heronius.
Oh, yeah. It's. I can't say. I ain't gonna say much. I'm not gonna say much to it. But there's a murderer in the movie. And it's not just Bigfoot.
Oh,
Oh.
oh.
Dun,
Twist
dun,
in there.
dun.
Yeah. Hmm.
Serial killer.
That's one of the reasons why they're in the taxidermy shop telling me and the other guy to freeze, and the cops came in there because they're looking for this murderer guy.
I think I can pull this over here real quick. So if you're in the middle of a conversation and starts playing, I apologize, but I think I can get this over here. Stay tuned.
No, go ahead. I think it's cool.
Oops. I think the one we wanted.
Were you in the photo of cat? There was a big cast photo on a bridge. Were you in that?
Can you see
Yeah,
it?
right there. Yes, I'm in the back,
Okay. I'll have to try to zoom in
right
on it.
in the middle, on the back.
I don't have my glasses.
See if this plays, guys. Let me know if you can hear it. See it.
There we go.
Where's the victim?
That's it.
Hey, warning.
That's Terry
It's
Weaver.
bad.
And, Derek
Where's the rest
Stone.
of them? Out there. Second murder in less than a week.
This message is for the sheriff. There may be some kind of beast, a very dangerous one, in your general vicinity.
What do you think you know about my case? We've ruled out an animal attack. Huh? Then homicide. Oh, I'm not quite sure how to say this.
Don't you see what's happening right under your nose?
There have been sightings of this thing all around the country. Falk, Arkansas, and Island, Michigan.
I've got a bad feeling. I'll take care of it. Just go inside and lock the door until I come back up here, okay? I have to warn the sheriff. He's haunted.
That's the part that I was in.
Hey, cut him out.
How long have you been up? Butcher.
Why don't you just come out with it?
You had a man ripped apart like he was made of straw.
Precious, get into him. I've got a dead man on my hands. Let me give you a little dose of reality. Who are you? Is she crazy? Or do we really have a monster on our hands? One more thing before you go.
Wow. Awesome. Yeah, I'll be watching out for that. Definitely.
Yeah, this seems like it might be a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
I know some of the Bigfoot movies that come out are kind of corny and stuff, but this one's filmed really well, I think.
There's a lot of corny ones, but there's a lot of good ones too.
Oh yeah, I agree. What Exist?
Exist.
I thought Exist was a really good movie too.
My favorite's still Primal
Yeah.
Rage.
Primal Rage is.
I like.
I
What
always
was that
laugh
one?
at those because that's like when the guys go crazy and they're just shooting at shadows. That always makes me laugh.
Oh, I was talking about Woodwalkers.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's why it's a movie and not real.
Yeah. But when I went to the official trailer. It showed the trailer. It was you had to pay to get in to do it. People that to go see the trailer, and the poster that you got, the movie poster. They showed them making the costume of the Bigfoot, and it was pretty cool the way they got some. I think it was some guy out of Los Angeles, or
Yeah.
I forget, but the costume cost so much because the guy that's in it is really, really tall.
Yeah, and it's got to be. You're trying to make it look anatomically correct, so you gotta. There's a lot of stuff you got to do there.
I think they did a good job. They didn't show the whole thing, because they want everybody to be surprised what it looks like. But they said the guy that's in it had to go through some special training to learn how to walk like a Bigfoot, I guess. I don't know, but
Here you go, folks. Here you go. We're training people to walk like a Bigfoot. How do we know how Bigfoot walks?
Absolutely.
Patty obviously is real. Bigfoot obviously is real. I mean, come on.
I think they take it out of the Patterson Gimlin film. I think that they wanted him to walk like Patty.
Sure.
The long strides and swinging your arms.
That's a long damn stride.
Jeff,
You
it's
can
a
walk on
movie.
stilts. You can take a long stride on stilts. Yeah. But you're not going to walk on stilts in the area that Patty was and be smooth and floating like that.
No.
That's not going to happen. Trust me.
You're going to make it a couple
You're not
feet,
going to be walking on.
You're going to fall.
Plus, you're not going to your knee from your knee to your foot is not going to be anatomical correct.
That is very true. Very true. Yep. Very
Especially when you see the guys that have tried to replicate, you could get the best athlete in the world with the longest legs possible. He ain't going to be able to do that thing.
I do drywall for a living. I tried walking on
Well,
stilts.
wasn't
That
it
ain't a
Dr.
comedy hour. Watching me try to walk on stilts.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it Dr. Jeff Meldrum that got that? Was it a basketball player or something?
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
that
he
test
did.
with him,
And it couldn't even come
and it
close
still didn't look right to me.
now. Yeah, he could
I
not
did
get anywhere close.
I did a thing for my daughter's 6th grade school. I thought I was going to do it for my daughter's class, but I wound up doing it for every class the whole day. I was there the whole day, talking about Bigfoot, and most of them didn't believe it. And I asked them why they didn't believe it, and they said because their parents told them it was fake. And I said, well, I'm going to try to change your mind. And I showed them all the stuff, the Patty film. I had the teacher, it's a good friend of mine. She showed the film of Patty walk across there, and I had her stop at certain angles. And then I had all the kids in the class get up and try to walk across the classroom like Patty. And they just had a blast doing that. I mean, they thought that was just the biggest thing, trying to walk like Patty. And none of them could do it, which nobody can, but they had fun. And that was one of the high points of my Bigfoot career, was doing that for them 6th graders. And half of them
I
left.
assure you that my short legs are not going to make half of that distance.
Oh, yeah.
But
But they had fun. And I don't know if y'all know the people from Squatch America, Scott and Hannah Violet, but they sent me, you got to watch Squatch America. They haven't been on in a while because they're doing some stuff with the VA and all this stuff. But anyway, they sent me a replica cast of Patty, and I took that in there to show them the footprint, and they couldn't believe it. Put their foot up. I said, please don't step on it. Please don't step on it. It's autographed by Bob Gimlin on the back of the foot. I actually got video that they sent me, the Bob signing the foot to me, but I was so scared I was going to put that foot down. One of the kids were going to put their foot on top of it and break it. Oh, talking about anxiety.
Yeah.
Don't step on it. I said, step beside it. Put your foot beside it. Don't step on it.
Not
But
the,
half of
not
them
the
left
Bob
started
Dylan
believing. At
autographed
least they're
cat.
thinking about it being real.
Yeah.
I'd put that thing in
Not very many
display.
people have.
I wouldn't even let anybody look
I
at
got,
it.
I got it on my shelf back in the back. It's cool. Like I said, I got the video and everything of Bob signing it for me. And them telling, hey, I need to sign this for the Squatching Cowboy, and he signed Bob Gimlin. And it's pretty cool.
I'd have that thing locked up in a vault.
Well, I got my vault here. It's called a bunch of 6-shooters, bunch of pew-pews.
Yeah.
We can't say the other thing on TV. I mean, on YouTube, can we?
I've learned with that you need those more for the two-legged crackheads than you do for the two-legged.
I've always said when I'm out in the woods, I'm not going to say I don't fear Bigfoot because I don't know what I would do if I walked up on a Bigfoot. Nobody can say that they I'll ask him if he wanted a beer or something. Bull crap. If you walked up on a Bigfoot, something walked that big out in front of you like this, it'd scare the crap out of you. But I always said that if I ever walked up on a Bigfoot, I'd probably scream like a little girl and run off. And there's a lot of people say, this is my thought. A lot of people say, how come you don't have, with all the technology today, how come you don't have a picture? Well, first off, if you got a phone and you got the phone in your back pocket and you're walking down the trail and a Bigfoot walks out in front of you, the first thing you think of is not your phone to take a picture of it. You're going to like, what the? And by the time you reach back to the phone,
you're going to be rewriting the dictionary in language for sure. Yeah. That telephone is the last thing, or camera is the last thing on your mind. You're going to be like, what in the,
right?
Am I going to do now? What are you going to do now? If you don't pass out or whatever.
Exactly.
I've tried filming stuff from even close up with the camera. It looks so far off if you're using a cell phone.
I don't think your phone's going to be the first thing in your mind.
No, I'm not even thinking about the phone. I'm thinking, what the hell am I going to do now?
Exactly, because what's it going to do?
Mm-hmm.
If any of the theories are true about cameras or stuff, obviously they don't like it. Supposedly,
I've always said that if I'm out in the woods, I don't fear
Bigfoot.
I'm not gonna say I don't fear Bigfoot, but I'm not scared of it or bears or anything as much as I am as crackheads. That scares me the most, walking up on a crackhead out in the woods. It scares me to death leaving my truck.
You finally come?
I have where I was camping, but not out in the woods. I haven't. So I always scared to leave my truck parked somewhere because some crackhead's going to come up and say, "Oh, look, nice radio," or this or that in the truck, and break my windows out. And I ain't gonna have no windows when I get back. That scares me more than Bigfoot.
I've watched many videos of people's trail cams going off, and they'll go out and investigate during the day, and there'll be somebody, squatting on their land or whatever. Yep.
Yeah. My buddies over
a lot of poachers.
My buddies over in Whitehall. I think I told you this, Jerry. Did I ever tell you the story about over there at the Knoxes where they own that quarry up on Whiteford Hill?
Yeah.
The two crackheads were squatting in their boathouse.
Yeah.
They have like a houseboat out there on the quarry. They got like a little floating house out there.
Mm-hmm.
And they went over there and the door was locked. Well, we don't ever lock that thing because the whole property, it's gated going in there. Well, these two people were squatting in the damn houseboat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. He's gotten, security cameras go off at 2:00 in the morning. There was some guy walking around in front of it in a pink bunny costume at 2 a.m. Yeah.
Oh man.
So he's like,
Gary's right.
It's crazy.
Gary Spike is right. He says,
yep.
Crackheads and hogs. I would
Yeah.
hate to run up on a bunch of hogs.
Oh man.
I mean, I've encountered them while I've been hunting. Not the hogs, but the crackheads, and we don't have hogs up here. Fortunately.
It's hard to go anywhere down here without seeing hogs.
Well, I was surprised I didn't
And it's
run
hard to
any-
get rid of them because when they have the little. Go ahead.
When I was in Texas back in 07, that must have been like one of the one places in the state. It was out there in San Angelo, like right, what's that, like Central? And there wasn't a single hog on that
Yeah,
place.
so
Wasn't a single
you
damn
didn't
hog
see
there.
any.
Yeah. He said they didn't have them there at that time. They hadn't gotten into that area, but I'm sure they're probably there now.
Yeah, I've been to Brown Springs too, Gary. I couldn't
I know
stay long, but
Florida-
I was there.
Florida, where I used to go with my grandparents, that place was full of hogs. You go out to the dumpster.
But down here where I live, they have so many babies
Yeah.
that one hog could have like 12 babies, and I mean that's the litters of baby hogs. It's hard to keep up killing them. I mean they have open season down here all year long killing hogs.
Yeah.
There's so
And I'm
many of
sure
them.
Bigfoot probably lives off of hogs year round because there's so many of the damn things.
Bigfoot loves bacon, raw bacon.
Rob, yeah, that 5-year-old aged ham that Roger left in his studio. Roger, if you're in here, I'd like you to explain yourself about how you managed to lose an entire country ham in your studio.
I think he's
Wow.
gone.
Yeah, I don't think he's on here.
I'm gonna have to question him about that. You'd have to smell it at some point. I don't know how you would miss that.
It's wrapped. No, it's still wrapped up and everything.
Oh, well, maybe the seal was good enough that it just never. Whoever packaged that ham did a hell of a job if you couldn't smell it decomposing in the packaging. Man, I'm just trying to figure out how that happened without nobody noticing that there was an entire country ham. Huh.
See any more? I don't see any more questions.
Back to the thing about the cougars carrying stuff in the trees.
Yes.
I can see it if it's in a tree branch, but it ain't carrying it up 8 rungs on a ladder stand and then just draping it over the railing. Yeah, that's not happening. Nope, you're muted, Joe.
You're muted, Joe. We can't hear you.
Muted, Joe.
How about now?
There you go.
There you go.
I can see. I can't see one doing that because a mountain lion would smell the scent of a man or a woman up in a tree stand or something like that. And they would just get as far away as they can. So that's hard to understand why something would put one up in a deer stand.
It looks like like you took like a jacket or something and just draped it over the back of a chair. That's what it looked like.
Was it
wow.
was it skinned or anything, Jeff?
There was some skin left, like where it had been pulled off, and most of the meat was gone, like it had been stripped, and then it was hanging. So there really wasn't any meat left on it, and there was still part of the hide. But I've seen coyotes tear deer apart, and they'll leave stuff everywhere.
I was just curious if maybe it knows what that stand is for. Maybe it was leaving you something out of kindness. I don't know.
Yeah, a carcass.
How,
Nothing on it.
how high up was it?
Probably about like.
How high was it?
It was at least 8 feet. Those are 15-foot stands, and it was about the 8th or 9th rung up on those. And the weird thing was it was straight across the field from another stand that had one hanging off of it.
Oh wow.
And that was around
wow,
the
that's
same
strange.
time frame when I got screamed at working on that one deer stand. That's why
You
I
get
don't.
pictures?
They're on a phone from about 10 years ago somewhere.
Flip phone.
I believe it was a flip phone.
You can still get them, still pull them off there.
I always say that I don't take pictures of dark spots in the bushes or burnt tree stumps with a flip phone 300 yards away. That's all I always say.
It just
I
don't
also
work.
I found a carcass about 2 years ago, Joe, that it was a deer that we had hit and we just couldn't find it. And when I finally found it, it was about where I thought we had lost it. And I found it a couple of weeks later. It wasn't even a couple weeks later. I think it was a couple of days. But something had like picked that thing apart right there. And whatever it was had grabbed the bottom jaw and the top jaw and pulled them apart. Like it had hands.
Wow.
And I can't see
Well, that's
a
what I think
coyote
about.
doing that.
That's why I think about that down at Flat Rock's place. Them deer. That's. I mean, I'm not a deer hunter, but Flat Rock and Joe Parker are, and
Yeah.
they told me that there was parts of that deer that a hunter would not do to the bones.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know that much about it, but there was some stuff that, like I say, broken on there that, like I say, a hunter wouldn't do, wouldn't break the bones of the leg or whatever it was. So it had to be something with hands, they think, to have broke them bones.
We actually had a friend of mine shoot a deer last season. He got 2 that night, and it was in that same field where those carcasses were hung from those ladders. And he called me to come help him. He's like, something doesn't make sense with this blood trail. And when he started explaining to me that the deer's blood trail had actually come back up out of the bottom instead of going straight down, because a wounded animal, normally they won't turn and go back uphill when they're hit. They're heading for water or the easiest, path away from there. And this thing turned around and came back up the hill. We followed the blood trail and then followed it along the edge of the field and back into the woods where it looked like something had tackled it. Because the brush was all knocked down. There was like blood hanging off a tree. There was like coagulated blood hanging from tree limbs and stuff. It was one of the craziest things I ever seen.
That's what makes me think, what could have done that?
Yeah.
It had to be something big to do that.
And that was when the owls started in different directions, and I'm thinking, huh. And my buddy looks at me, and he's been with me. He was with me the night we got screamed at back there, not far from that. And he looks at me and he goes, I think we can leave this deer. And that was
We need to get him
we don't
on.
need that one bad.
I want his version of the story. I'd like to get him on.
I wish he would, but I can never talk him into doing it.
That'd be cool to hear.
He knows. He just doesn't have any. He said he hopes he
I get
sees
it. A
one
lot of
from his-
people don't want to talk. I understand.
He says he hopes he sees one while he's driving down the road, and that's about the extent of it.
Make
But
sure
he travels the country all over the place hunting, and he said there's been a few times other places where he's seen stuff that made him wonder. But yeah, we've definitely had some weird happenings when we've been in the woods together.
make sure he's got a dash cam in his vehicle. Every one of mine's got one now.
I got this little suction cup thing that holds my GoPro, and I put it on the front of my hood of my truck.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So the lights from the truck light up the road, and you can see, further than back up here on your dash, because the light from the headlights of the truck light up the road where it does a dash cam.
I've never seen an impressive
Because I always hear stuff.
Until the time I went camping with Bud. That man's got GoPros for every angle, and he's got stuff for everything. He probably had like 75 battery chargers
Oh,
with him.
Well, that's why I always say that make sure your batteries are all charged. I leave my stuff on here charged all the time before I go out, at least a week before I go out,
Yeah.
because I hate it when people say, I'm filming this Bigfoot here and it cuts off and all the batteries dead. Oh man, just a little bit longer.
This one place that we continue.
I got this one camera that it's like a GoPro, but my wife bought it for me for my birthday. I think it was like $35. And it takes better video than the GoPro does.
Yeah.
I love this little camera, man. It's waterproof too.
There's better
I don't know
cameras.
if all
than-
and this was like $35 brand new.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you can't get a brand new GoPro for $35.
No.
No way.
I'll tell you another good thing to have are those little cheap parabolics.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting to get one of those, but I'm scared. I don't know how good they are.
Well, Jerry and I bought some for like $35 off of Amazon, and they're great.
Yeah, I've seen them, but like I said, I just don't trust them. I don't know. They look cheap, you know. I don't know how good they work. Do they work good?
Oh yeah, you can hear dogs from like a mile off that you can't hear it.
As soon as you turn it off, you don't hear it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they record?
I try
Are
not
you
to
hooking
use
them up
it
to
in the house
recorder?
too much. I don't want to hear
You
the
can't.
neighbors arguing.
Yeah, you buy a splitter wire, and you can tie it right into an audio recorder, like you would normally put out overnight or something. Yeah.
The only problem is it's directional, so you got to think which area you're going to hear it from, and then point it that way and leave it on.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I try to do it here in the house, it drives my dogs nuts. I have to turn it off.
Couldn't you get like a bigger dish and put on it?
The one we have probably about that big around, I guess, huh, Jeff? But you can. I'm sure you can. People build them. People make them.
Flat Rock, because Flat Rock's built
Yeah.
a few at his house, and he's got them stationed outside in different directions.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I seen one guy got a trash can, one of those plastic trash can lids. You know, they're about yay big around.
Yeah.
He made one out of that.
Huh.
That's an idea. That's big.
Yeah, he got the plastic one. Got the plastic one because it's so light. It's not hard to carry around, you know. And he's got where he hook it up to a tripod. He can set it up there. I seen it on YouTube. I don't know who it was, but it's been a while. But I thought that was pretty neat. And he got like a task cam, you know, little like I got a little voice recorder.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got it hooked up to that voice recorder.
Yep.
And a lot of those little cheap recorders are great too. You don't have to buy an expensive recorder.
So you need to make it work. Splitter.
Oh yeah, I see.
That'll tie up.
I might think about making me one. That's about like $40.
$6.
I need to find somebody that left their trash cans out overnight and go get one of their trash can lids. And
There you go.
Your neighbors are going to be like, "Why the hell are all my trash can lids?" Around here, all the trash can lids now are attached to the garbage can.
Yeah, they try to flop over.
They got the flap. Yeah.
Hey, Phyllis is in here. Hi, Phyllis. I've been paying attention to the chat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that would be something. My only thing would be I'd probably end up hearing things from the neighbors that I wouldn't want to hear on the.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. They might be doing some stuff you might want to hear. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll tell you a funny story. Is when I had my first child, you know, you got the little baby monitors. You got one in one room, and I picked it up one night and I was listening to my kid. I could hear the neighbor's wife talking to her husband. The neighbor's wife was talking to her sister-in-law, telling how she was going to leave her husband
Oh,
because she's met another man. And I'm like, all on the baby monitor. I was like, this thing's cool.
This looks cool.
we know we don't miss you, Phyllis. We know you're here. I just haven't. It's my fault. I've been paying attention while I was in chat.
Yeah, Chad's over there
Good to see
sending his neighbor a message. Hey, you might want to get a lawyer.
Yeah,
Should've.
I've got proof. How much money do you have?
Yeah, there you go. You might want to send me all your money and I'll hold it for you so she can't take it.
I got proof.
Really? Sign your land over to me.
I'll sign it back to you after the
And I'll
divorce.
sell it back to you for $1.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll
there
sell
you
it
go.
back to you for $1.
There you go.
Yep.
Oh,
Any electronic equipment you have that will help me look for Bigfoot, sign that over to me too.
All right. Well, guys, we've been an hour and 47 minutes.
Yeah, the mosquitoes are eating me up. Hey, Joe, I want to tell you, your little sheet behind you is waving, and it looks like the wind's blowing the tree, the bushes and everything. That's pretty cool.
I got the fan on me. I got the fan on me here. I know it does look cool. I don't know if you can see it, but right here, no, let's see.
Yeah.
There's my Bigfoot back there.
There you go.
He's picking up beside a tree. Some people with dirty minds think he's doing something else, but
well, no one in this group has dirty mind.
Tree. No.
Yeah, Jerry was wondering what was going on with my Bigfoot over here, and I had to tell him that was a raccoon he's holding.
Oh, I've seen those. I've seen those like on a tailgate of a truck. I've seen those on a tailgate of a truck.
Yeah.
Well, Bud has the best tailgate Bigfoot that I've ever seen. Teddy Roosevelt fighting him with a Browning automatic.
Yeah, I've seen that.
He had to get a new one. The other one peeled off on his way up to Gettysburg. He pulled in and Teddy's head was hanging off the tailgate. I was like, Bud, you might want to put some duct tape over him until you get home or something.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Angie in here. I guess Angie's with Bud. She might be listening. But hi, Angie, if you're listening.
Probably already put her to bed.
Go to bed, woman. I don't know if Bud has the guts to say that to her face
Bud's
anyway.
Retired. He stays up at all hours of the night. She's still got to go to work. So
yeah.
That's me. I'm retired. I stay up and watch Bigfoot videos and crime videos and stuff till 2 o'clock in the morning and drink a few cold ones and go to bed.
Usually, if I can't sleep, I end up on like a group chat with Flat Rock and Pat Noble and Wendell,
River,
and Greg House, and
River. Yeah.
River.
I get up, look at Facebook like 5 o'clock in the morning here Eastern time, and it says like 2 hours ago Jeff posted pictures. I said, my God, they were up all night.
There'll be like 6 or 7 of us in there sometime.
Mercy.
Yeah, you called me one night, and there's no way in hell I was going to answer. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, nah, ain't gonna happen.
Hey, they outlast me, but some of them are on that Eastern time, or Central, so it's behind by like an hour, and then you got the people out on the West Coast like Blaylock. It's still like 8 o'clock at night where he's at, if his internet works.
Flat Rock's they were on till 5 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
Wow. I was just getting out of bed.
Yeah, I didn't do any chatting last night. I went to sleep.
Well, that's part of the reason you probably fall asleep on shows, because you're up till the ass crack of dawn on the phone.
Well, I don't normally do the all-nighter tune-ins with those guys the night before, because I'm trying to keep myself rested for that.
Yeah, I gotta start going to bed early. I gotta take my grandkids to school a couple
my
times a
son's
week, so I gotta start
going
going to
back
bed early.
school
So
here in September. September 2nd, everyone's going back to school.
Yeah.
ours are already in school, but when her mom, my grandkid's mom was off like 8 days in a row, and she works like 7 days. So the 7 days that she goes to work,
Oh,
I take the kids to school since I'm retired.
what is this?
What's
Yeah.
best time of the day for me is taking them to school and picking them up.
Patrick fell asleep.
Patrick fell asleep before I did Sunday night.
Oh yeah.
And then Patrick woke up after I had tuned off because I left the phone on and I was just laying there. And Patrick apparently woke up. He was asleep for at least an hour.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
What you'll like this? One morning, Pat was on. We were on there till about, I don't know, it was almost 4 a.m. And Pat woke up from his nap. He only slept for 15 minutes. Had to take his kid to the airport, and he was backing his Crown Vic out of the driveway and backed it into the ditch, and had to take his truck to drop his kid off. He had to go pull his truck out the next morning after he'd slept for a few hours.
Wow.
Got stuck in the driveway.
Was it gummy?
Back in the car. It was the guy.
He's got an excuse. Okay. Anyway.
Well, it
All
was
right.
a good
We
time.
appreciate you coming on, Joe. And I can't wait to
I
see
had
that
fun.
movie. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for that movie here locally. Watch.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Yep.
And keep your eyes out for my new video coming out.
Sure.
Like I say, as soon as it gets a little bit cooler and we put that boat in the water down there, I think it's going to be a really good video. Of course, like I said the other day on that other podcast, people want to see a Bigfoot in a video, whether it's real or a hoax. And my videos so far have not produced a Bigfoot. So I think people are kind of getting tired of watching my videos, and which I can understand it, but my views are way down. So maybe this
Here's the deal.
video will be
You're not
good enough
pushing
for
the issue,
people to
and
watch
you're not
it.
faking anything, Joe. You know, that's to me, that's the most important thing. Is keeping it real and keeping it honest. Okay.
Yeah, like I
Absolutely.
said, but people want to see Bigfoot.
So,
People want to see the Bigfoot, and they want to see, like I said, if it's real or a hoax. But I'm going to keep on videoing, and I'm going to still keep on putting them on YouTube.
Good.
Because if I ever see one, I want to see one myself, for myself. But I would like to share it with everybody else that's been watching my videos over the years.
Absolutely.
keep posting them because
I'm not
it's
out to prove
the
it.
thrill of the hunt too. You know.
And like I said, I think I've been really close. Been real close to them, but just not there. And there's people that come out and say, "Oh yeah, if you look over, stop at this timestamp and look over here. There's a Bigfoot standing over there." And I go look at it, you know, and I can't definitely say that that was a Bigfoot, you know. I'll just be nice about it.
Mhm.
That's why I am. I'm a nice guy.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Just keep it honest. That's the best thing. I see people really try to push the subject so hard, you know, and
Right.
you lose interest in people.
Oh yeah.
You know, when you get the real quick, I'll just say when you get the pictures with the red circles and they're telling you what to see and you don't see anything, it's tough to.
Sometimes you do that just to get people going.
Exactly.
I've done it a couple times just to get that. What are you doing?
Yeah. Right.
But I agree.
I don't know what's been going
All I
on.
gotta say is, if you ain't subscribed to my channel, go subscribe to my channel.
Please do.
And hit
Absolutely.
that
Go
notification bell so you can see my next video. I think it's going to be a good video because the audio that I have of the lady lady telling me her experience, it really sounds like I say, she's an old lady and she's been there for 40 years. She says she's never heard anything like that. So it's got to be something a little bit different. And I'm going to go out there. I got it right this time. Kenny and I are going to go out there and see if we can find out any kind of evidence of being a Bigfoot or maybe something else.
Right.
Who knows?
He keeps avoiding that D word, doesn't he?
That's something else.
That's something else. We know what he's talking about, but that's okay. He doesn't want to
No.
discuss it. We'll respect
No,
that.
you don't know what I'm
Everybody-
talking.
Joe's
You're
link.
starting to sound like Spencer. Spencer doesn't want to say the D word either.
Somebody posted Joe's link a couple times earlier in the chat.
Yes.
So if you guys need it, go back and look for it. And,
Back through chat, yeah.
yep.
Yeah, I think I might be
I appreciate
subscribed to that,
it.
but I'm subscribed to all sorts of stuff, so I have to go back and look.
Yeah, definitely go check out the Squatcha Cowboy on YouTube. Give him a like if you haven't already.
Please.
Follow, all that good stuff. Subscribe.
And go back. I'll tell you what, go back and binge watch everything.
Yeah.
I got over 200 videos. Go back and binge watch.
There you go. Wow.
And there was a time, I think that there was a time when they wanted me to go start getting paid for my videos, you know. Well, I forget what you call it. But I turned it down because I didn't want anybody to say that I was doing this for the money. Even though Bigfoot videos, you're not going to make a killing. You're not going to retire off of it, like some people think. You're not going to make much money. But I turned it down so nobody had any reason to say I did that. But now,
Don't worry
it's
about
different. If I got a chance to go get,
Yeah.
If I just made enough to buy me a sandwich out Bigfoot somewhere, I'd
There you
love
go.
it.
Yeah. Don't waste it. Get monetized. Don't waste
He's
it.
doing it for he's got to pay for his supplies somehow.
It's your money paying for fuel, your money buying the stuff, your money buying the cameras to film it, your time. Still, everything's worth something.
People don't understand that don't do this. Don't understand how much it costs to actually go out and do this.
Freaking
It's
right.
expensive.
Hey, we're not even in the woods yet, Jeff, and I know what I've got invested already.
I know.
So, but
I'm gonna get out of here, y'all.
absolutely.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, Joe. We appreciate you coming.
Good
on.
night,
Joe.
everybody. Everybody in the chat. Everybody in the chat. I know most of them on there.
Yep.
So thanks
We've
for
got
coming
a great
on.
group in there.
Yes.
We do have a great
Chat-
group.
Yeah, I can tell. Like I said, some of them I don't. Sandra Piper, love you. Good night. Patrick,
I can't
Flat
wait
Rock.
to get in the theater and watch this movie. And as soon as I see Joe, I want to jump up and scream, "I know him! That's Joe Bass.
I know him.
Yeah, man. That's cool.
All right, guys. Good night. Have
All right.
fun. We'll do it
Thank
again
you.
sometime.
Absolutely. Get over there
Good
and
night.
give him a subscribe. Show him some love. All right.
See you, Joe.
See you, Joe. Guys,
Word.
great
Next
show.
week.
Next week we got Mark Green. Mark
We
Green's got some great information for us coming up next Tuesday, man.
I'm looking
Do
forward
not
to that
miss
one.
Next Tuesday's show. It's going to be
Yep. I spent a couple hours on the phone with him the morning after, and let's just say that was an interesting conversation.
yes. I'm looking forward to giving the floor to him and just letting him take his merry old Alabama time and tell us the whole schmeal that whatever he wants to talk about with that deal. That's going to be.
And we'll try not to blame it on the green tractor being the catalyst for the.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm wide open. I have nothing on the 26th, so definitely next Tuesday, man. 8 p.m. Eastern. Be here. Mark's got a story for you. He's already told a story, but we'll try to dig a little more into that.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting.
Yes. Yep. I don't doubt it.
Another great Alabama encounter.
Alabama, man. That's on my bucket list. Look out, Alabama. I'm coming for you. We're definitely
There you
coming
go.
down there.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like
I
to
might
get down
be
there
making
sometime.
I might be making a trip down there this fall if I get it lined up. Might even get to do some Alabama deer hunting with Greg and some of them while I'm
Yep.
down there.
Yep.
Maybe I'll go get a tour of the legends farm.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That's already been like told that if I come down there, we're
Oh, yeah.
taking a ride.
Oh, yeah. That's like the Mecca. You got to go there.
I feel like I'll be like entering my own personal Graceland if I get to go to.
Exactly.
Greg
Hey,
said he'd even take me to the birthplace of Elvis because it's only like a couple hours from his house.
Yeah. Memphis.
I just want to
actually,
say,
no, it's Mississippi.
I'm just going to push our show once.
Yeah, no, you can push it all night long, brother.
This Sunday, we're going to do our first dive into cryptids.
Dogman?
No, we're going to do, I think, the Mothman to start with. I've always been into the Mothman.
Mothman. Awesome.
So I think we're going to hit that. Luckily, I got to talk to some people at the Bigfoot conference. So we're probably going to start doing a few more cryptid shows, meeting some new people. So we got some new people to talk to, and I'll send some of your guys our way here as well.
Sure. Our way. You got it right. Do yourself a favor. A couple of things to look at. And you're going to have to dig way back because this is something Jeff and I have slipped on and we haven't done. And that's the Snallygaster and the Goat Man. The Goat
That's a
Man.
good idea.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the Goat Man. That's actually been brought up a few more times here recently on some off the wall.
Yes, it has.
YouTube
I've
shows
seen it
I've
on some
stumbled
other
upon.
channels, yeah. Especially relating to Maryland.
Oh, it's 100% Maryland. Yeah, there's a scientist that supposedly turned himself into this Goat Man. You know, it could be folklore, legend, but it has an interesting story, and it's starting to get some attention again here. So
The Goat Man of Beltsville.
Let me write that down.
just some ideas.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, it's hard to get time to do anything right now. Tupelo, Mississippi. Yes, Michael X. Tupelo. Actually, my wife could tell you anything you want to know about Elvis. She is. Oh my goodness. The Elvis fan.
Yeah, that Coonbo's Mississippi locations, they're talking about down along the Natchez Trace.
Yeah.
Yep, Dorothy. Point Pleasant.
Yes.
Yep.
That's where Coonbo spent that small fortune getting the dent sucked out of his truck.
Yeah. Yeah, the Mothman. That's got a following too. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, Mothman is a very interesting.
It's been seen all over the world, so that's what makes it really intriguing to me. It wasn't just Point Pleasant, and there are other disasters that followed sightings. So I'm really interested in that. That's Brian. Okay. I can't post it right now.
The Oddcast podcast. Off the record. Yep.
Yeah.
Let me see, hold on. Give me 1 second. Should be able to get that for you.
Yeah, Dorothy drew a cartoon of the Mothman. I saw that.
Yeah. I've seen quite a bit of her artwork online or that she shared on Woodwalkers.
Yeah.
Okay. See if I can get this to work for you, Chad. There we go. Well,
Oddcast podcast.
Oh, thanks, Jerry.
that's the link. You can copy and paste that. I can't tell if it's
Mikey, how many episodes are you up to now?
I think we'll be having our 14th. Our last one ended up being pretty good for us, just like over 100, which I'm pretty happy with. I figured that's what we'll be. I know our biggest was the one we did on the weather No, when the grid goes down, that was
Oh,
a big.
yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm just, trying to hit some subjects. I know the Mothman's been talked about a lot, but I think we're going to try to not just focus on Point Pleasant, but like the Chicago sighting. And I know there was one in Hungary and some other countries. So just try to get some different looks at it. It's a really neat story or experience or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, and Mothman's been going on for years. I mean,
Well, the first one was what, 67, 68 or 66, 67, I think, with the, well, we'll get into that on the show, but yeah, with a couple seeing it in Point Pleasant. And then, of course, the collapse of the Silver Bridge. It's cool stuff.
Yeah. Do it. Goat Man, Mothman.
Yeah, I got that written down. I definitely want to check that out. That'd be fun.
Snallygaster is what, 18th century, it goes way back in Maryland history. And when you read it, when you start digging into the Snallygaster, you're going to learn about the Dueo.
Okay.
Snallygaster and the Dueo had a lot of.
But the Dueo is the Maryland Dogman.
The Maryland Dogman.
I've got a book. I think I bought a book on the Snallygaster. I think I've got it over there in my pile of books.
Yeah, what's bad here is our library has more movies than it does books. Because a town of 2,000, unless you really donate books, I know I just sent a bunch of Celtic folklore books. Donated to I'm donating to the library, so they'll have those. Although I'm thinking of keeping it because of our show, because it's got all the fairies and the little Irish folklore creatures, the ones that mimic people. I can't remember what those are called.
They're Jeffries.
The Jeffries, yes.
Little dairy farmer smoking a cigar with a glass of whiskey.
Hey, look, it's Jeffries or Jimmy's. Take your pick. All right. If you go around the corner, you'll see Jimmy's. So.
The Fae, that's what they're called, the Fae.
Fae.
Cool.
All right, guys, gals,
Yep.
Everybody in chat, we love you. Thank you very much for joining in tonight. Great guest, Joe.
Thank you.
Over at Dull Moment, and be sure to keep an eye out for that movie at your local theater. Go support that. That sounds like it's going to be pretty decent. Of course, trailers are. I'm sure it'll be fun. It'll be fun just to see Joe in there.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, X. I've heard of that.
Yeah, Jeff's buddy.
We won't talk about that.
Anyway, then you can move on to skinwalkers. Rakes.
That's going to be a big one, though. If you do skinwalkers, that's big.
I'd kind of like to do a little more dig into the pale crawler band that we've had sightings of that around here.
Is that the same thing as the rake?
The rake is more like a creepy pasta version of pale crawler.
Yeah.
But it's same thing.
But very close to home here.
I've heard some creepy stories about stuff like pale crawlers down in Texas with guys encounter them while they're hog hunting.
Personally, I think with the nuclear power plant here nearby and a couple, and actually right up the river is another big nuclear plant that just reopened.
Military training facilities and
military training facilities in the area.
Tank testing grounds in those same areas.
I want to know what else we've got. I really do.
You know what I want to know more about? Why Bainbridge has sat the way it has for all those years, Jerry.
What a waste of acreage and acres and acres. I'll be going by there tomorrow. I got to take Dad to
and Chad, Bainbridge is actually on its way to the peninsula, where we've talked about where Burkhart and
just start connecting the dots. Start connecting the dots.
Catherine?
And Burkhart actually had talked to somebody that had seen, I think it was an APG of a booger scaling the fence there. in
Could
Aberdeen.
be. Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think you guys aren't much of interviewers, really. You just pretty much.
No, we're gonna start getting into it though. I just am not a very good person of getting a hold of people on the phone. I'm just not. I'd like her to, but she's so busy with work and everything. What is with these lights on my camera?
Yeah, you keep going dark.
Yeah, but nothing's around here going dark.
At least you don't have that tarp flapping in the background. And
Yeah. Well, that was a flag.
It was a little
everybody thought it was a tarp or something.
But yeah, Catherine, I've talked to Roger. He wants to come on. I told him I want him. He's got a buddy named Don Odom that's a big conspiracy guy too, and I want them both on at the same time because they'll feed off of each other, and then it'll be easier for me.
You
better get a nap before your show.
There you go.
You'll just have to let them talk.
Absolutely, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
When we get Coonbo on, we're not even gonna. We're just gonna.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
You're supposed to say that, Jeff.
I will tell you what. So I got to talk to Coonbo. That is one of the smartest people I think I've ever met.
Well, yeah.
That guy. Erica told him where we lived. He knew exactly the town, who lived here that was famous. I mean, he knew everything about this town, and we're just a little podunk town.
And he probably knew Ohio too.
He probably would have. Yeah.
He's been around. That Job is his best friend, you know.
Yeah, he worked everywhere.
Yeah.
And
blew me away when he talked about APG. I was like, oh, been there too.
And I think he's mentioned that people have seen stuff at APG too.
He said they are there.
Yeah.
They are there. Military installations. I guess we shouldn't say much more, but we better leave it. You know what I'm saying. You know, I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but yeah. It's a hot topic.
And he's got great stories that don't even involve boogers too. So
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, guys.
All right.
2 hours, 13 minutes. You got another 2 hours out of me, Jeffrey, damn you. I got a big day again tomorrow.
when's your next Antiquers podcast coming up?
I have no idea. No idea. When they're done farming, probably.
You're stuck with the hot rods and us until then.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a good show tomorrow night, too, so. Lots to talk about. Big pool this weekend, 2-night pool up in Squatch Country, Center County, Pennsylvania. Center Hall.
What time you got to leave to go to that one?
I'll be gone Friday sometime.
You taking your camper?
Yeah. Yep. That's why I've been working on it.
Got everything fixed finally?
Oh, well, it's just maintenance stuff. You know, it's just oil and this and that. Make sure this works because it sets a lot.
Make sure the air conditioner is working.
Oh, I've had that fixed. That's been fixed. But like I say, a couple capacitors took care of that. It's ready to go.
Yeah, it's funny how sometimes something as simple as a couple capacitors can throw off your whole operation.
We've had a couple camping trips scheduled. We just have to cancel them. So we're going to try again here in the fall before especially the one campground. You know, I'm going back to that one. So
yeah. I gotta go for another walk down at the valley.
I agree with that. Yep. A little cooler
I haven't
weather.
been there yet this year. I was planning on trying to get there, and it's just been so hot that I was like, I am not going down in there in this nasty 105-degree weather trying to recreate
October. I think the first week of October 1 is the hot time here. So
yeah. I'd even want to just go sit down there at the parabolic at night and listen up in the valley. You know.
hide it. Take it down there and set it up overnight.
With my luck, somebody would find it.
Hide it. Hide it good. And good lithium batteries. It'll run all night.
Somebody's gonna be like, "What's this crazy bird watcher doing down here at 5 a.m?" I'm back there getting
Wouldn't they like to know? Stick around, you might find out why you're there. Yeah, that area is creepy, man.
It is, especially the stories, my friends finding cars, over in the ditch thinking that something had happened to somebody, and it turns out it was just some crazy old person that got lost back there and crashed their car off into the ditch. And
It's not a huge area, but it is the right area.
Oh, yeah.
You definitely want to check it out and investigate.
That's not a place you want to be driving through at 2:30 in the morning and seeing a car off the road in a ditch.
Yeah.
That is not a place that you want.
No. I don't want to be broke down there at night. I can tell you.
No, that was what happened to my buddy. He found out that old lady that I guess had dementia. She was like from somewhere down around Annapolis, and she had an episode and drove all the way up there and was laying in the back seat of her car asleep.
Yeah. Oh, he went dark again. He got dark again.
Had to call the county sheriff and all over that.
You got some voodoo going on over there, Sunshine.
I think so.
Wow.
That's weird.
Yep. All right. I'm out of here.
Shut her down.
Oh, we're still live.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
still
We're
live.
backstage. We're still live.
Hey, nobody dropped F-bombs, so we're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Whew. All right. See y'all next Tuesday. Mark Green
Alrighty.
going to be here.
Mark Green.
Don't forget. Mark's got plenty to tell you. Looking forward to it. Till then, we'll see you next Tuesday.
Peace out.